Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to another video. This is T4C Culture TV. I'm your host Hotshot, and today we are going to be reviewing RB Leipzig versus Manchester United. So we are here now. We are here to give you the full analysis, the full breakdown, the full details of what went down, or what was the reason, and as well as other good stuff regarding the Pogba situation and Manchester United's current manager, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Without further ado, let me bring on my guest, the Manchester United expert, the biggest Manchester United super fan. Please welcome my guest, Sai. Hey, bro. How are
Hey
you?
bro, how's it going? Good.
Uh, I would say that it's going really terrible, and I think you know why. But yeah, such is the life of a football fan.
Yeah, yesterday I was in no mood to talk to anyone. It's that bad. I've just calmed down a bit. But honestly, man, where do I begin? It started so promisingly. We beat PSG, we beat Leipzig 5-0, and then we just bottled it. We needed 1 point from 2 games, and I am shocked that we're out. And every time I see Sky or BT hosting the Champions League draw that's going to take place on Monday. I feel bad, man. We should have been there, but such is life.
Yeah, 100%. We should have been there. Like, first of all, when the groups was announced, Group H was the group of death. Nobody gave us a chance. And when there was no pressure for us to even qualify, we did so well. We beat RB Leipzig, we beat PSG, we beat them very convincingly. It wasn't just like a fluke win. And then when the time came to actually seal our qualification against Istanbul, we just completely crumbled. And that's the story of this Manchester United team. When nobody gives us a chance, when nobody puts any pressure on us, we do well. But when the chips are down, when we actually need to get a result that could seal our qualification or to win us a cup or win us anything, it was evident last season also. We won three. We came to three semi-finals, and when the time really came to step up, none of our players did so. And yeah, that's the story of this entire season and the season before. I want to get your thoughts. Like, was it a big success to actually get so far in the competition? We beat PSG, we beat RB Leipzig. Some fans will say that's actually a good result when nobody gave us a chance to uh, get out of this group.
No, I wouldn't feel so because you could clearly see our team is good enough and strong enough. I mean, you honestly think, looking at that starting lineup of Leipzig, that they were the better team or they had the better team? I mean, they were the better team on the night, but do they have man to man? Yeah, you could argue they have a better center back, maybe, or a few players here and there, but they didn't even start with a proper striker, right?
Yeah,
Uh, we have man to man better players in our team and in our squad, and we still lost. And there's only one reason for that, and it's the manager. You watch a few clips of the games against Istanbul and against Leipzig. The goal that Istanbul scored from our corner, our
yeah,
defense was non-existent. Every single one of them were inside our own half.
yeah,
And the same thing with Leipzig. 2 minutes in, we're a goal down. We started with five at the back, and the positioning of fullbacks, so to say. I mean, so we played with a. It could be a 5-3-2-3 or 3-4-3, whatever it is. 2 minutes into the game, Rashford, Bruno, and Greenwood are in their half,
yeah,
or in the half that we're supposed to score in, and there's only Matic and McTominay in midfield, and there are five. I think there are four defenders, or no, five defenders behind them, and Van Bissaka's tucked in for some reason. They made a quick interchange in midfield and they switched it to to Angelino and he banged it in. It's just a couple of moves. Why? So you don't even need a win to qualify. So why push forward? Stay in the game
Yeah.
for 10-15 minutes, slow the tempo down, and then when they get desperate, then you push on the counter and score the goals. That's been a strong suit, hitting them on the counter.
Yeah.
And pre-match, Ole said, "Oh, we're Manchester United. We're not gonna sit back and defend and blah 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 and whatnot." I mean, that's
It's not
absolutely
in our
stupid.
genes.
Surely you put the result and that you see the bigger picture, right? This is not the
Yeah.
time to boast about your attacking prowess. You just slow the game down as much as possible because they were under more pressure to score. They needed a win to go through. A draw would have taken us through, and maybe a win would have probably given us the group. But anyway,
No,
we
but
oh no, I don't think even a win wouldn't have given us the group because PSG had a better head-to-head against us because of the
yeah.
extra goal they scored at Old Trafford. But anyway, so anyway, a draw would have suited us. Simple. You sit back, you defend, because you maintain the shape, stay as compact as possible, hard to beat. Don't let them through. See off the first 15-20 minutes, maybe even a half, and the second half they would get desperate, right, to score a goal,
Yeah.
and that's when you hit them. It's simple, man. And to be honest, we should have won against Paris as well. We bottled that, and you know how I feel about that. Not substituting Fred, uh, but I wouldn't just blame that. But we had our chances to win the game, and we didn't take them. Martial, I probably wouldn't blame Ole as much for that game, but he still should have taken Fred off. But this game, the Istanbul game, and this game against Leipzig, it's on
Yeah.
him, man. We should have gone through comfortably. I'm serious. We should have gone through comfortably. Maybe
Yeah.
could
100%.
afford it. We could have afforded to lose one game, but to bottle it like that, that was fortunately for him. We're in a good position in the league, and that could maybe be a saving grace for him. Otherwise, he could be gone. I've
Yeah.
lost faith in him. He seems to be doing a few things right, but he seems to be doing a lot of things wrong. He's so naive. He's not. He's not. I mean, he's a good manager and all that, but he's not good enough to be the Manchester United manager, in my opinion. I'm sorry, even if this might be, you know, against going against a few Ole fanboys, but I don't care. I just don't see us progressing with these kind of mistakes over and over again. You're allowed to do one or two, but he keeps making them over and over again, and I don't see them stopping. You'd think he'd learn from it, but he keeps making the same mistakes over and over again. And yeah, man, that's that game against Leipzig was the final straw for me. I think he needs to go, but I don't think he'll go. We're
He
gonna
won't.
drag it out. Uh, they're gonna wait until it's mathematically impossible to finish in the top four and then sack him. We're in a good moment in the league. Why not make the change now and save our season? But I don't see that happening.
One thing that hasn't been talked a lot about was RB Leipzig, because credit to Nagelsmann. Nagelsmann actually went into the game learning something from the previous game against United. He changed his tactics. He fielded a false nine. He actually packed the middle with six midfielders with Nkunku, Olmo, Sabitzer, Fosberg. He literally packed the midfield and literally congested our midfield with the off our midfield too. So he learned something into that game and he changed, he reacted, but Ole, he did not. And he knew that Wan Bissaka was positionally like he's a good 1v1 defender. Let's get that out of the way. Wan Bissaka is an excellent 1v1 defender, but positionally he's very crap. He's very bad going forward. So he knew that he could expose that versus Angelino, because that same thing happened in the Brighton game. Am I right? Wan Bissaka
Exactly.
was, yeah,
Exactly. No, the thing is, I'd say it's 50-50 between the player and the manager as well. What are we doing in training? What are we doing in
yeah,
warm-ups?
yeah,
You could see that's the second minute. And even Maguire as well. He's a captain. He should be the one organizing the defense. What's he doing?
yeah.
What's he
I,
doing?
I
And he,
I've said it before. Maguire is not an 80 million pound defender, and he's
no,
certainly not
no,
Manchester United
no.
captain.
I've stuck up for him. I've stuck up for him a lot. I've taken some flag from the fans who say he's not good enough. I've stuck up for him. I still stand by him, but come on, man, it's not good enough. For the third goal, what was he doing? If he hadn't scored that goal, we would have gotten a draw.
Yeah.
It keeps happening for far too long and for too many times for us to say, okay, maybe this is a one-off. It's not a one-off. It happens every single game, and I don't think we have kept a clean sheet since that Chelsea game or the West Brom game.
Yeah, since
Uh,
the West Brom game, we haven't kept a clean sheet.
where do we go from here? Yeah, honestly, where do we go from here? If we win the game in hand, we're like what, a point of top spot, a couple
Two
of
points.
points.
2 points.
That's the only saving grace for him. That's the only saving grace.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous how he's bottled the Champions League. And so I'd be really honest. I wasn't expecting us to, you know, go deep into the Champions League or maybe even win it. That wasn't my expectation. But at least if you're going out, go out with a grace, man. Not like this. Go out with a fight.
Nobody is expecting us to win the Champions League. Although some United fans actually thought that we might win the Champions League. But
That's
look, if you're a Jadon Sancho, if you're a if you're a top player who wants to come to Manchester United, if you look at this kind of comical defending comical team, you're gonna be like, I'm not gonna come there. Getting knocked out of the group stage, like look at Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho actually qualified for the Champions League round of 16. He must be thanking his stars that didn't join Manchester United this season. He literally must be like saying, "Thank God I didn't go to the Champions League. I didn't
and
go to Manchester United."
and
And
you
we were
know
all
what?
telling, like he's his mood is out of he's not in the good mood. He's not performing well, but he must be very happy right now. Won't you agree?
I'm not so sure about that. But let me say this: the quality is there in the squad. Our team isn't as, I mean, our, our, I'd say we are even. PSG have got Neymar and Mbappe, and that's about it.
Yeah,
Who else would you take from that team? Maybe Marquinhos, Verratti.
Barati. Yeah,
Yeah, Marquinhos. Yeah, and if you look at the other players, I mean, Di Maria. Yeah, maybe I would take Ander Herrera in the team. Who else is there? There's this guy called Diallo, uh, whatever his name is.
he's unproven. Am I right? I'm not
Yeah,
sure
I'm
about.
not sure. I'm not sure. So yeah, I'd say we're probably on par in terms of quality of the squad with PSG. But come on, we were superior on the night against PSG. It's just, yeah, we conceded the goal and we equalized, and we should have taken a chances. Martial's chance, I'd never forgive him for missing that. Imagine that if that goal goes in, PSG pushed forward and we could have got a third goal on the counter again. So we probably would have won that game. Football's about ifs and buts. But anyway, not deviating too much. We should have had that
And
group in the bag by
yeah,
game week 4, and we didn't do that, and we lost. And we beat Istanbul the next game. We thought, okay, everything's going to be fine. We lost to PSG again. But come on, seriously, the last game you need a point to qualify. Should have been more cautious, and you went out, opened up, got punished. And the thing is, if United lose, it just ruins the entire week until
yeah.
the next game comes through. And sadly enough, the next game is Man City. So
And like to elaborate on the City game, on the RB Leipzig game, like I mentioned earlier, the signs were there that Wan-Bissaka was very poor positionally, and Nagelsmann exposed that. Ole didn't train. Ole, like you said, Ole didn't work on it in the training ground. He did not change anything. He just left it the way it is, and it exposed us massively. And even
forget
towards
about
the
the training. Forget about the training. As a manager, you see what's going on the pitch, and it's your responsibility to go down to the touchline and say, "Hey, why don't you, you know, take up your position? Don't go."
end,
Why was he so tucked in? I don't understand. Even Maguire, he seems to like not organize the defense. So that's what I don't understand. He keeps sitting and he sent Michael Carrick to the touchline, and Carrick was doing mostly everything.
yeah, and
I'm
in the
really
second
baffled,
half,
man. Don't even get me started on the substitutions.
the substitutions was very bizarre, very very bizarre. You, I don't know, like you want to talk about those, the only good substitution he actually did was bring on Pogba, but even then, that that really undermines him as a manager. Like, what is like, we'll get to that in a minute. Like, your this player has come out, and this player's manager, I should say, has come out and like said that it's over for him and Manchester United. He's not going to be there. And you think that I'm not criticizing Ole for making the change, but it looks like that, it looks like this player, he has undermined himself as a coach. And if you it's a very tricky situation. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. I understand that, but it looks very poor that Ole brings on Paul Pogba when the player clearly does not have any interest to play for the club anymore. And it's a damning indictment that the player who doesn't want to be in Manchester United actually played the best in the second half among all our players. What
So
would
yeah,
you
but
say?
I wouldn't blame Ole for that, for playing Pogba, because if I was the manager personally, I probably wouldn't even have him in the squad. But I
Yeah,
understand why he had him, because he's probably one of the best players in our club, and you could see the difference he made when he came on. So I mean, the thing is, Ole backed himself into a corner uh, with the way we started. Imagine this: if we had been 2-0 up instead of 2-0 down, I don't think Pogba would have played. He wouldn't even come on.
yeah,
He probably would have brought in another defender or someone and just shot things up at the back, and probably would have cruised. But because we were trailing, he was under pressure. So Raiola played this really well. Exactly before the game, a crucial game, he came
yeah,
out and said something, and made a statement. If we win without Pogba, Ole was fine. If Pogba plays and we win,
yeah,
then Pogba's value goes up because he played well, you know, and then United won, so drives up his value. If Pogba doesn't play and we lose, then it's pressure on Solskjaer. They'd probably say, "Oh, why did you play Pogba? You should have played him." But now Pogba played and we lost, so I don't know where that leaves him. But for me personally, I've had, I think I've told you before as well when we did the Arsenal preview. I've had enough of this guy. Uh, like I said, he could go on elsewhere and win the Ballon d'Or. Good luck to him. To constantly say, to undermine the club that he's at, to go whenever he goes to an international game or international duty, or if there's a summer break or whatever break he might have, all the time these sort of statements come out from either him or from his manager, or his international manager, or it's from his agent. Now, people might say, "Oh, it's just his agent," but I don't think it's just it. He he would have known what Raiola was going to say. So I've had enough, and to come out and do this right before the one of the biggest games of the season for us is an absolute disgrace. Uh, and I don't think I'd even miss him when he goes, to be honest, because
yeah,
he's never been a Kevin De Bruyne type of player for us where we rely on him, or a Bruno Fernandes play. I'd be gutted if Bruno leaves, to be honest, because
yeah,
this guy comes in, and in the space of 8-9 months he's completely changed around the fortunes of the team, and everything goes through him, and he consistently performs game in game out. If you look at his
yeah,
games, he's either got a goal or a penalty, or an assist or a penalty. Anyway, yeah, that's also a part of. But but you look at Pogba, it's a bit hot and cold, more cold than hot. So why would anyone want to keep such a player? Uh, and Mourinho's proved right again,
yeah,
which is a shame. They backed the player over the manager, and look what he's gone and done. You could bring his favorite manager back. You could bring Allegri back. You could bring Allegri to United. Sorry, and a few months down the line, Raiola's gonna come out and say the same thing, because for Raiola, his clients are cash cows, right? So
yeah,
he doesn't want them to stay at a club for more than 3 years, 4 years, maybe max.
yeah,
And once that period is over and the cycle is over, he would want them to move, and because the move would get them money. So either Pogba needs to sack his agent. I'm not saying this because I want him to stay or anything, wherever he goes, having this guy as his agent is not good for his career, because this guy does not have Pogba or any other client of his in his mind. He doesn't have the best interest of them. He just wants money, and he would do anything it takes to get that. So I would be. I mean, FIFA needs to do something about these agents, man. They need to. Honestly, it's getting out of hand now. I'm sick and tired of them. I'm really sick and tired of them.
Yeah.
And we don't need this as well.
What could be the reason for Pogba leaving? Is it because the fact that is it because of the fact of the lack of ambition in the club, or is it because that he wants more money basically? What do you think could be the cause of that?
Say the thing is, before Bruno came in, he had the power because he was the guy at the club, was a superstar, the record signing, right? He's
Yeah,
still the record signing, but he's not doing what's expected of him. I mean, this guy comes in from Sporting Lisbon and he bangs in the goals, gets assists, basically does everything for the team, and
yeah,
he's uplifted the team, and he all by himself dragged us from nowhere to the Champions League last season.
yeah,
Been here for 4 years. You can see people making excuses for him. Oh, he's got COVID. Oh, he doesn't have doesn't have better players around him. He doesn't have this. He doesn't have that. Maybe he needs this guy to unlock his potential. Maybe he needs that guy to unlock his potential. How many players have we signed to help Pogba push forward and do what he wants to do?
yeah,
And on what's he done in 4 years? Nothing.
yeah,
Have you, I told this in the last video as well. Have you seen him have 5 games where he's been world class? He's
yeah,
been better than everyone else on the pitch.
yeah,
He's dragged United to wins from absolutely nowhere, like Bruno did against West Ham, like Bruno did against Southampton.
yeah.
Has
I can
he?
think of only two. I can think of
Has
only
he?
two: the
He
derby,
did
the
the
Manchester
yeah
derby, and the Europa League final. That's it. Just two.
yeah, and thank him for that. That's it. 4 years, 2 games. I said the exact same things. I can literally count with my own hands the number of good games he's had for us in 4 years. And for
Yeah,
a player of his caliber, that's not good enough. That's awful, in fact. That's awful. So why does he think that he is entitled trophies? Why does he think he's entitled to play in a certain way, in a certain position? Why?
yeah,
You haven't earned anything in this club. You haven't done anything in this club to demand things. Bruno Fernandes is on 100K a week. That's almost as much as Jesse Lingard is on, for comparison. Paul Pogba is on 300K a week. I
yeah,
wouldn't miss him if he's going. I wouldn't miss him. And I would back, if it does come down to Solskjaer and Pogba, I would completely back Solskjaer over this, because this guy has failed under two managers now. He's failed under Jose Mourinho, one of the best managers in the world, and
yeah.
he's failed under Solskjaer, who was apparently coached him when he was at the youth level. I mean, Ole is a nice guy. Who else is better as a guy, as a person? He's
Yeah.
a nice guy, right?
And
And
Ole
you,
like actually has a bond with him,
yeah,
and
and you've managed to piss everyone off. And I'm starting to think Mourinho was right. He's just a virus. He's a virus.
he really is.
Everywhere he goes,
It's a
year
very
in,
apt
year out,
word. It's a very apt word. That's why.
everywhere. I mean, no pun intended, because we're in a pandemic, but he's a very. I mean, yeah, he's a very up, and he's done it every single year that he's been at the club. Mourinho's second season, the third season, and last season, and now you go away for an international game and you talk about Real Madrid. Do you see any other player talk about other clubs when they go out to international
Never,
duty?
never.
Have some respect for the club you play for, and they pay your bills, right? Do you think we would find it hard to find a player who can play 5 games, 5 good games in a season? Do you really think we couldn't find anyone who does that?
And
I can find.
evidently, yeah, and even without him, like he was injured for the past month or so, and we didn't miss him at all. It was like as if he wasn't there.
Yeah,
We completely forgot we had a player like Paul Pogba in our bench, in our team. That shows how much
we've
we
done
missed
really
him.
well this season, and to be honest, the games that we lost this season were all because of him.
Yeah,
Arsenal, I wouldn't classify the Spurs defeat, as as him being one of the reasons, but not being the sole
He
reason,
was
but he's
one of the
also one of the
he
reasons
was
why.
one of the real culprits. Yeah, he was one of
One
the
of the
reasons.
reasons, and even against Palace as well. Did he play against Palace? I don't think he played, right?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. Yeah, okay, but yeah, against Arsenal and Spurs basically, and in all the games that we won and we've played well and we've done well, he hasn't played except maybe for West Ham. So he didn't play against Southampton. We won. What does he offer? What does he bring to the team? People can sit there and talk about he's world class, this and that and whatnot. For a world class player like him, supposed world class player like him, 4 games, 4 good games a season. Yeah, I'm curious to know who would buy him this summer.
Yeah, I think maybe Paris or Juventus has come out and said that they really admire him and
Yeah, you can
they would
fuck
like
off
to get him
Juventus.
back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if they give us Ronaldo, then yeah, he can go.
we discussed about this in the earlier part. Remember that we could
I'm
see that.
serious, man.
Yeah,
I'd gladly have Cristiano Ronaldo back and get
anybody
rid
would.
of this guy. This, I'm sorry, his time is up, and even if people might still want to support him, they can fuck off with him as well out of the club.
Just to clarify, Paul Pogba did play against Crystal Palace. He and
He did.
McTominay were in the midfield. Yeah,
Okay.
so yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think he was to blame for any of the goals. But anyway,
We'll wrap it up now, but I think we have to come to the main topic, which is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Do you think that under a different manager, we'll get the best out of these players currently?
oh, absolutely, absolutely. Do you think? Imagine we had Allegri as the manager against Leipzig. I guarantee you that we would have won that game, or at least
We
gotten a
would have
draw.
conceded at all. Yeah,
No, even against PSG, against Istanbul away, this group was a cakewalk. Honestly, this group was a cakewalk after 3 games because
yeah,
we'd won them all. And then,
yeah. That's why nobody expect us to win any of those games, but when people
to be
expected us
honest,
to win,
when I saw the group when the draw was made, I feared for the worst. I thought we'd probably lose against both PSG and Leipzig, and then to see us do, we didn't just win against Leipzig, we battered them. Although it might not be a 5-0 game, I'd say we were the better team on that night, and we absolutely battered them. We battered PSG as well. We battered PSG at home as well, but that's how football works, and we didn't take the chances, and they didn't, and they won. But
yeah,
looking back, man, it's heartbreaking that we did, and it's all because of Solskjaer. I probably wouldn't even blame the players. It's all because of his stupid tactics, his stupid substitutions, and what was that? He took Telles off at halftime, and 10 minutes later he takes Shaw off and brings on Brandon
and
Williams, who's a
and the fact that Shaw has never played since his injury, like he never even came on as a sub against West Ham, or he never played in the under 23s. He
uh,
just straight away puts him in the first 11. That's that's very shocking. And even the fact that, okay, fine, Tellers was that I read a stat somewhere that Tellers was the player who got dispossessed the most amongst United players. Fine, but Tellers actually gives something going forward, and he wasn't on a yellow. Shaw was on a yellow, so he takes off Tellers first, and then he takes off Shaw. Then he brings on Brandon Williams. Three players played in the left back position that day, and I don't know why. And he
and,
he takes off uh, Nemanja Matic when he was playing better than McTominay. McTominay was playing piss poor, and he brings on Fosu Mensa. I think brought on Fosu Mensa or
he
Tuan
brought
Zebe.
on he brought on both. He brought on Tuanzebe and Faso Mensah.
When you're 2-0 down, what kind of substitutions is that? Are you doing damage limitation, or do you think those guys can bring you the goals? I don't know, man. I it
To be
it
honest,
was,
we not having Martial and Cavani was a bit of a blow for us. But
but they didn't
yeah,
have Upamecano and they didn't have Conrad Lema, their best players. So like that's what a good coach does. He sees the team's weaknesses and he does something tactically to change it. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did not. He just kept it the way it is. He just, whatever happens, and if we get to it was like that. You could really tell that he was like, if we get out of the group stage, well and good. If we don't, there's always Europa. I really felt like that. You know,
And you know what he said after the game? He said, as a footballer, you cannot feel sorry for yourself, but you can only feel sorry for yourself for 5 minutes or something. I was like,
for a
what the hell are you saying?
for a little bit, like we should put
It's
that
so
you can only feel
it's so
sorry for yourself for a little bit.
it's so
It's so
so
stupid.
cringe, man. It's so cringe.
Yeah. So last question is, how long does Ole have left till it's mathematically impossible to get into the Champions League? Or
That's what will happen eventually. I don't think if he's gonna stay, I don't think they'll back him in the January window, because Woodward has come out clearly and said that they have a plan which revolves around the summer transfer window. So we're not going to sign anyone. We just have to hope that this Amad Diallo guy comes in and does wonders for us. If it were down to me personally, I'd get him out now.
yeah,
Don't even wait for the derby. Get him out now. Bring in Foch or Allegri, whoever it is.
that's what's the most frustrating thing. You have possibly two of the world's best managers just sitting in the sidelines. If there was nobody available, you could always think like, yeah, okay, fine, you're gonna sack him, but who's available? Pochettino and Allegri are just sitting there, just waiting for a phone call, just a phone call from Ed Woodward to like come in and manage this team, and they're still not, they're still not yet even gotten close to being contacted, and that's really frustrating. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was supposed to be an interim manager, and he has overstayed his welcome. He
Let's.
did some really good things. He's done some really good things, like you said. I won't deny he's stabilized the squad. Mourinho
I,
came
I,
and
I'll give him this. Whoever comes in next will have a much easier job than what Ole had after Jose
100%.
Mourinho left. On that side, on that front, is done well.
Isn't Yeah,
My
isn't
only
that
my
what
only
a interim manager is supposed to do?
My only problem with him is his tactics and his stupid substitutions and his naive mistakes over and over again. He does the same thing. Sometimes it works. People tend to point out the subs he made against Southampton at halftime and the subs he made against West Ham and how they worked. Mate, he was really lucky in those games because Bruno Fernandes was unplayable.
Bruno Fernandes is as our one and only savior in this dying times. Like
You
he's the
can't
one
rely.
who's got the mentality. He's the one who's actually having some desire to actually play well for this team, and
You can't.
it's really lucky we have him.
You can't keep relying on individual brilliance. Can you tell what kind of team we are? Are we a counter-attacking team? Are we a possession-based team? What are we? Do we have an identity?
No,
Klopp's team has an identity. Liverpool have an identity. Man City has an identity. Even Chelsea, Frank Lampard. We can make all the jokes about him, and he's got them firing. They're in the last round of 16, and they're doing well in the league. So yeah, I don't even want to talk about Mikel Arteta. Yeah, but anyway, it's
it's been 2 years and we still haven't like
this
uh,
this isn't progress, man. This is just
it's
if,
going
if,
around in
if they
circles.
if they don't see this now, they probably wouldn't see this ever again. They're not football people. As long as we finish in the top four and that brings in money for them, and they can take out dividends every year, then it's fine for them. They don't care about the fans, or nor do they care about winning trophies and whatnot. And it's pretty stupid. And little do they know is if we are successful on the pitch, we're successful automatically off the pitch as well. So
Definitely. No, I wanted to ask you one question. If United, like if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer goes out and tells the lads like, let's play our way, what do you think the players will tell? Like, what is actually our way? What is actually our style of play? Is it going with a 3-5-2? Is it going with a 4-4-2 diamond? Is it going for a 4-2-3-1? What is actually United style of play?
I understand where he's coming from. Like traditionally, we've played 4-4-2 under Fergie, two wingers flying down the wings, attacking fullbacks, two strikers. But those times are done. You hardly see any teams play 4-4-2 or even a 4-2-3-1 these days.
Yeah,
So why cling on to the past? You create your own identity. Let's forget about the Man United of the past. That's done. Ferguson came in and he did his thing, and bless him. I honestly miss him more than anyone else. But anyway, why doesn't he want to create his own identity for the club, implement his own tactics? Um, yeah, it's so bizarre that he keeps clinging on to the past and talk about, oh, this is how we play, this is how we are, this is how we should be. There's nothing set in stone. Anything can be changed. In certain games, yes, I understand fans want to see attacking football, but more than that, fans want to see the team win. Nobody cares about playing attacking football and losing 5-0 or 6-0. Nobody cares about that. 10 years down the line, if someone asks you, like, how you managed Manchester United, what did you do? What did you win? I mean, he's going to say, oh, I played attacking football. Nobody's going to give a shit.
We're not even playing attacking football. It's
Yeah, man, he keeps saying stupid stuff like this, and this completely opposite. I've lost my voice. I don't wanna keep talking about him. Whatever happens, happens, and I'm prepared for the season. And he started off so well, and now we're in this mess. I'm not even gonna watch the Europa League, and I don't even care, quite frankly.
yeah,
It's it's stupid competition. Nobody needs that.
anyways, last question, Sai. Do you think is this is the lowest point in Manchester United's history going out in the Champions League group stages?
Yeah, we've done that again under Fergie as well, so I don't think it's the lowest, but
In the group stage?
yeah, 2012 we went out in the group stage. We've gone out plenty of times
Okay.
in the group stage, I think. Yeah, but I don't think it's the lowest point. But it's certainly frustrating as a fan, because if we had lost, say, against PSG in the first game, probably got a draw against Leipzig at home, and then lost against Başakşehir, and I probably nobody would have batted an eye. It's like they would have criticized Solskjaer, obviously, but nobody would have batted an eye. But to bottle it from a advantageous position is what is really bothering me, and it's what's really annoying. You know, something, when you got it, almost you have it in your palms, and someone comes away and comes over and steals it. That's how
Yeah.
you feel. Like that's what's even more heartbreaking than, say, maybe if we lose, yeah, okay, I expected this, but we were doing so well, and then based on this guy's couple of mistakes in a couple of games, maybe 3 games even, and we lost.
Okay, fine. I think hopefully we have a game against Manchester City in the weekend.
Oh,
Let's hope we actually win that game. We'll talk about that in a bit.
yeah.
And but first of all, I'd like to thank you, viewers, for tuning in to the show. If you like what we do here, do leave a like and do subscribe if you're new to the channel. We do lots of pre-match reviews, post-match reviews, tactical analysis, team analysis, and player analysis. So do stick around, do subscribe if you like all those kind of content. So for now, this is me, Hotshot, along with Sairam, signing out. Peace.